Welcome to the NIH Environmental Management System Awareness Training. The purpose of this course is to educate the NIH staff about the importance of environmental stewardship, resources available, and how to reduce the environmental impact of the NIH. The course will take about 20 minutes to complete. Upon completion of this training, you will have learned the National Institutes of Health role in environmental stewardship, what sustainability means, what is the NEMS, the NIH sustainability goals, strategies the NIH uses to increase sustainability, and how you can help reduce your environmental impact and help reduce the impact of the NIH. First, let's consider the NIH mission: to seek fundamental knowledge about the nature and behavior of living systems and the application of that knowledge to enhance health, lengthen life, and reduce illness and disability. Current research has found environmental factors adversely affect human health by increasing disease and disability. NIEHS estimated that 2/3 of cancers may be linked to the environment. Worsening global climate conditions have affirmed the need to prioritize environmental protection in all operations and are an integral component of the NIH mission. The NIH is also committed to protect the environment to meet regulatory requirements. Biden-Harris administration is aggressively working to combat climate change and improve the sustainability of federal agencies. Listed here are the current executive orders that include environmental requirements. What is sustainability? The word sustainability is described in many ways. The EPA states, sustainability is based on a simple principle. Everything that we need for our survival and well-being depends, either directly or indirectly, on our natural environment. To pursue sustainability is to create and maintain the conditions under which humans and nature can exist in productive harmony to support present and future generations. What does sustainability mean here at the NIH? It means that, as an organization, we work to achieve our mission with minimal impact to the environment. What is the NEMS? The NIH Environmental Management System, or NEMS, is a comprehensive environmental management program that enables the NIH to manage its environmental programs in a comprehensive, systematic, planned, and documented manner. The NEMS includes documents of environmental programs, processes, procedures, and requirements at all the NIH facilities. The NEMS enables the NIH to evaluate environmental risks and impacts to target specific programs for improvement. The NEMS is facilitated by the NIH Division of Environmental Protection. DEP is also responsible for ensuring that NIH is compliant with environmental laws and regulations. The Sustainability Management Team is comprised of senior-level leadership and subject matter experts from across the NIH. The SMT provides guidance and leadership to the NEMS to ensure that environmental efforts are successfully deployed throughout the organization. Program managers are responsible for ensuring a specific program area, such as air emissions and energy conservation, are up to date and compliant with the NEMS and current regulations. IC Green teams help identify and address environmental issues for their respective institute or center. The Sustainable Lab Practices Working Group is a trans-NIH group that represents the interests of the research community and explores opportunities for greening laboratory activities. The working group sets goals and conducts outreach each year related to laboratory greening. The NIH uses NEMS to maintain compliance with environmental requirements and facilitate increasing the sustainability of the NIH by working towards 10 environmental goals: reducing greenhouse gas emissions, generating clean energy with solar arrays, reducing energy consumption through the NIH facilities, reducing water consumption, partnering with utility providers to carry out large energy and water conservation projects through performance contracting, Mitigating waste by implementing the 3 Rs: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Building and maintaining high-performance sustainable buildings. Reducing petroleum consumption and emissions from the NIH fleet vehicles. Practicing green purchasing by buying sustainable products and equipment. And electronic stewardship and data center management. These goals support and align with the Department of Health and Human Services Sustainability Plan and Climate Action Plan. Let's go through each goal in further detail and explore some of the ways that you can help further these goals at the NIH. The majority of greenhouse gas emissions at the NIH, 47%, are Scope 1 emissions. These are the emissions that are released when the NIH burns diesel fuel and natural gas at the central utility plant and from the fuels used in NIH fleet services. Scope 2 emissions make up 37% of the NIH greenhouse gas emissions. Scope 2 emissions are released when producing electricity, heat, or steam at an outside power plant. The NIH is responsible for emissions that occur from the electricity, heat, and steam that the NIH purchases. Scope 3 emissions make up 16% of the NIH greenhouse gas emissions. The majority of Scope 3 emissions at the NIH are from employee commuting. NIH has reduced Scope 1 GHG emissions by 17% in 2020 from 2008. These reductions were accomplished through continual improvements in the central utility plant, by improving the energy performance of the NIH buildings, and by upgrading the NIH fleet. The NIH has made significant decreases to Scope 2 emissions. Scope 2 emissions were reduced by 46% in 2020 from 2008. These reductions were the result of improvements to the central utility plants, lighting upgrades, installing solar arrays, improving facility performance, and by the efforts of employees. You can help reduce Scope 2 emissions by reducing electricity consumption. Purchasing ENERGY STAR equipment and turning off equipment have big impacts on reducing electricity consumption. This is especially important with laboratory equipment, because laboratory equipment can consume as much energy as an entire household. There are even ENERGY STAR categories now for lab-grade freezers and refrigerators. Join the NIH Freezer Challenge to learn more. Everyone can help reduce Scope 3 greenhouse gas emissions by reducing single-car commuting. In 2019, employees at the Bethesda campus who used alternative transportation saved 10,000 metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions. The NIH Commuting and Parking Services website has a comprehensive guide to the alternative commuting programs available to employees. Check out the site to find out everything from metro subsidies to a ride-share finder and a guaranteed ride home. When possible, utilize net zero commuting, including biking and walking. Visit the NIH Bike Club site, NIH Bikes, for information including bike routes and ride mentors. Teleworking is another great way to reduce Scope 3 emissions from commuting. When possible, take advantage of the teleworking programs available at the NIH. The NIH uses photovoltaic arrays as the primary method for generating clean energy at the NIH facilities. This list details the NIH PV portfolio. Additionally, the NIH purchases renewable energy credits that support green energy generation outside of the NIH facilities. The NIH has reduced the energy intensity of the NIH by 30% in 2020 from 2003. You can help reduce energy by reducing electricity consumption in the same ways you reduce greenhouse gas emissions. When possible, turn off equipment, purchase ENERGY STAR certified equipment, and enable sleep modes. This is especially important for laboratory equipment. Turn off lights and use smart power strips. The NIH has taken steps to conserve water on campus by installing low-flow fixtures and conducting metering and water use audits. The NIH also reduces agricultural water use by collecting rainwater for irrigation and using climate-appropriate, drought-resistant plants. You can help by reporting leaky faucets, limiting unnecessary water use, and recirculating water in equipment with cooling systems. Large quantities of water are necessary for the NIH to conduct research and operate facilities. Limiting unnecessary water use protects water quality and reduces operation costs. The NIH works with utility providers, including Pepco and Washington Gas, to implement large energy and water conservation projects at NIH facilities. These projects include everything from upgrades to the central utility plant, to lighting upgrades, water improvement projects, and renewable energy projects. Due to the size and nature of operations, the NIH produces a lot of waste. Each week, the Bethesda campus alone generates approximately 78 tons of trash, 7 tons of hazardous waste, half a ton of radioactive waste, and 21 tons of medical waste. Employees have been instrumental in reducing this waste, especially through recycling. In 2020, 69% of solid waste and 47% of the hazardous waste generated at the NIH was recycled. Help reduce waste by following the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Help reduce waste by reusing chemicals and equipment through the NIH Surplus Chemical Redistribution Program, Solvent Recycling Program, the NIH Access Product Catalog, and NIH Free Stuff. The NIH is continually expanding the recycling programs in offices, facilities, and laboratories. Visit the NEMS recycling site to keep up to date on what can be recycled and how to recycle properly. To reduce energy consumption, water consumption, and greenhouse gas emissions, the NIH constructs and maintains high-performance sustainable buildings by ensuring that all new NIH buildings include energy conservation measures to meet, at a minimum, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, or LEED Silver, or Green Globes 2 Globes, or equivalent. One of the best examples of sustainable buildings at the NIH is the Net Zero Warehouse at the NIH Research Triangle Park campus. The Net Zero Warehouse is the first HHS facility to achieve a LEED Platinum rating. Some of the energy generation and conservation features of the warehouse include PV arrays, solar lighting, and south-facing offices to gain solar heating. Fuel consumption from the NIH fleet vehicles has been significantly reduced by 86% in 2020 from 2005. To accomplish this, the NIH replaces older vehicles with alternative fuel and low-emission vehicles, including electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles. The NIH also uses GPS tracking to optimize fleet vehicle trips. Executive Order 14008 outlines the requirements for federal facilities to operate a zero-emission fleet. The NIH will continue to acquire alternative fuel vehicles to meet this requirement. When making purchasing decisions at the NIH, buy goods and services from manufacturers and vendors who share our commitment to protect human health and the environment. Visit the NIH Green Lab Fair to find out about sustainable products and equipment that reduce the use of hazardous chemicals, reduce waste, are made of post-consumer materials, and reduce energy consumption. The NIH has reduced energy and waste through electronic stewardship and data center management. In 2020, 98.66% of newly purchased equipment at the NIH met energy efficiency requirements, and 90.6% of electronic equipment was disposed using environmentally sound methods. Data centers consume large amounts of energy, so the NIH closed 85 data centers from 2012 to 2021. You can help by selecting Energy Star certified and EPEAT certified equipment when purchasing new equipment. Let's summarize how you can help meet the 10 environmental goals. Help conserve energy and reduce Scope 2 greenhouse gas emissions by reducing electricity consumption. Reducing electricity consumption can be done by purchasing energy-efficient equipment, turning off equipment, and using low power modes. This is especially important for lab equipment. Reduce single-car commuting to reduce Scope 3 greenhouse gas emissions. Some of the ways to reduce single-car commuting include using carpools and vanpools, taking the metro, biking, walking, and teleworking. Reduce water consumption by reporting leaks, limiting water use, and recirculating water when possible. Reduce waste at the NIH by following the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Join the NIH Solvent Recovery Program, the NIH Redistribution Program, use the online excess product catalog to get used equipment, and participate in the many recycling programs at the NIH. Purchase environmentally friendly products. Visit the NIH Green Lab Fair to find out about sustainable products and equipment that reduce the use of hazardous chemicals, reduce waste, are made of post-consumer materials, and reduce energy consumption. Now that we covered the goals, let's look at some other ways that you can help reduce your environmental impact and increase the sustainability of the NIH. The Green Labs program shows labs how they can increase their sustainability by assessing their current sustainability efforts and detailing information on additional efforts that their lab can adopt. The Green Labs program is a comprehensive program that covers most of the NIH goals discussed in this training, including everything from energy conservation to recycling. For more information, email green@mail.nih.gov or visit the NEMS Green Labs program site. NIH Manual Chapter 26101-16 details how to operate ULT freezers at the NIH in order to increase freezer reliability and reduce energy consumption. Some of the requirements include when you purchase a new ULT freezer, the freezer must be ENERGY STAR certified. ULT freezers must also have 2 preventative maintenances in a year. The NIH Freezer Challenge goes beyond the minimum requirement of the freezer policy to further increase freezer reliability and reduce energy consumption. Some of the challenge initiatives include setting the temperature of -80 freezers to -70 degrees Celsius and to discard unnecessary samples. Visit the NEMS Freezer Management site for more information about the freezer policy and freezer challenge. Large quantities of chemicals are used at the NIH to carry out research. The use of these chemicals often results in the generation of hazardous waste. To protect the environment, waste must be collected and disposed properly through chemical waste services. It is especially important to protect water quality by following the NIH Drain Discharge Guide. Chemicals that are poured down the drain and enter the sanitary sewer can interfere with the treatment process, damage the treatment plant, or pass through the plant without being treated. Only certain chemicals can be disposed down the drain. Before disposing any chemicals down the drain, consult the NIH Drain Discharge Guide to see if the chemical is pre-approved to be discharged to the sanitary sewer. All chemicals approved for discharge down the drain were used in a process and generated in aqueous waste. If all the chemicals used in a process are on the pre-approved list, follow the Drain Discharge Guide for the steps on how to properly discharge down the drain. If any chemical is not listed, or if you are unsure whether a chemical is approved, contact the Division of Environmental Protection for guidance. The NIH Drain Discharge Guide is available online on the NEMS site. For more information, contact the NIH Division of Environmental Protection. Each institute and center's green team plays an integral role in the sustainability effort at NIH. Green teams host a variety of events to build awareness of sustainability and greening. Some of Green Team's initiatives include setting up a styrofoam take-back program, the Recycle Right campaign, and the Lights Out campaign. Join your IC Green Team to help. For more information, visit the Green Team's page on the NEMS site. The Sustainable Laboratory Practices Working Group, or SLPWG, is made up of laboratory staff from the NIH and staff from other HHS operating divisions. The SLPWG works to increase the sustainability of HHS laboratories. Members have been champions in promoting environmental stewardship within the laboratory community for the past decade. The most known outreach event of the group is the Green Labs Fair, which is held annually alongside the NIH Research Festival. Recently, the SLPWG members collaborated with the NIH Environmental Program Leads to develop the NIH Green Labs program. The SLPWG are continuously looking for innovative ideas, suggestions, and collaborative efforts for improving and inspiring sustainable laboratory practices. Email green@mail.nih.gov if you're interested in joining the Sustainable Laboratory Practices Working Group. For more information, visit the SLPWG page on the NEMS site. Stay up to date on environmental programs at the NIH by subscribing to the NIH Green Zone newsletter and participating in outreach events including America Recycles Day, the NIH Earth Day, the NIH Freezer Fair, and the NIH Green Labs Fair. So, what have we learned? We have learned that if each of us takes small steps to minimize our impact on the environment, together we can make a difference that will be felt for generations to come. When all employees work together to minimize their environmental footprint, great things are accomplished. We hope you will join us and that this training has given you the information you need to get started. Congratulations! You have completed the NEMS awareness training. For more information about the NEMS and ways you can help reduce your environmental impact, visit the NEMS website at nems.nih.gov.